Hello Countess Club members and welcome back to Buena Vista. I'm here with our winemaker Brian Maloney and we just wanted to talk through a couple of your May selections. The first wine that we have for you is our 2014 Count Selection Pinot Gris. Brian, what can you tell us about this wine?
Thanks, Michelle. So this Pinot Gris is grown on the west side of the Sonoma Valley off of Orange Avenue. It's a single vineyard that we've worked with for the past several vintages called the Jenkins Vineyard. Very gravelly soil, very low yielding, and very dark skinned Pinot Gris. This is a wine that really when it comes in, it looks very similar to Pinot Noir, but after we press it and then ferment in stainless steel, as well as some larger oak puncheons, which are the larger oak vessels, it starts to lose that color until when we bottle this wine, it's this nice, crisp, very clear, almost like a Sauvignon Blanc or Chardonnay color to the wine. Aromatically, Pinot Gris is one of my favorite varieties. It pairs so well with a lot of different foods. There's a lot of kind of more tropical elements that you get from this wine, things like lychee fruit. Also, some of the more traditional white wine characteristics, such as apricot, come out in the nose, as well as some of those really pretty spices on the palate. You get that richness at Pinot Gris, that oiliness that spreads across your palate, and then just some lovely, beautiful acidity that keeps it nice and clean, long and fresh. Great food wine, great sipping wine, especially on a beautiful day like today.
Definitely, it's beautiful. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
The next wine that we're featuring in the May 2015 selections is our 2013 Reserve Pinot Noir. Brian, can you tell us a little bit about this wine?
Thanks, Michelle. The Private Reserve Pinot Noir is one of my favorite Pinot Noirs that I make. It comes from very cold situated locations. In the 13 vintage, we use not only the Thornton Vineyard, which has gone into the past several vintages of Private Reserve Pinot Noir, but also the Starkey Vineyard, located in the western part of Sonoma County, just outside of the towns of Sebastopol and Bloomfield. Very cold location with a unique clone of Pinot out there called Clone 23. It's a Swiss selection with very dark color and very interesting mouthfeel and flavor aromatics. On the nose, it combines that really rich, opulent fruit that you get from that Thornton Vineyard, that Carnero Sonoma Valley location, compared to the much more austere, stony cherries and things like that you see out on the Starkey site. This is a wine that was made in open-top fermentation style, hand-punched downs, with the Thornton actually made in these cellars here at Buena Vista. And then everything was aged separately in French oak for about 16 months before being wrapped together and actually just bottled in the past few weeks. On the palate, you just have that caressing nature of Pinot Noir. You have that dense fruit characteristic that is providing, as well as the spice and structure that you get from that Starkey Vineyard. And as you can hear from our forklift down below, we're very busy right now, actually aging out the sherry today. It's a nice warm day, and so we brought out our 2012 and 13 vintages of the cream sherry, and they're aging out in the courtyard for you guys to hear and enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers. The next wine that we have up for you is our 2013 Attila Selections Zinfandel.
The Attila selection has always been inspired by rich, dense, old vine Zinfandel from throughout Sonoma County. Whether it's down in Sonoma Valley or up in Dry Creek or in the Russian River Valley, the uniqueness of old vine Zin is something that's very special to this place and really speaks to the traditions of winemaking that really started back with the Count's sons, such as Attila. We worked with old vines from throughout the county, all fermented separately, aged separately for about 14 months before we racked them together, egg white fined, and gave you a really dense, rich Zinfandel. On the nose, you get lots of dark fruit characteristics. Also, just a touch of herbaceousness that's very common with old vine Zin. It's not necessarily a green flavor, but more of that herbaceous lavender, maybe just a hint of mint type of element coming out in the wine. And then underneath, you have this layering of darker spices and even a cocoa starting to kind of show up. On the palate, you have that richness, the ripe fruit. 13 was an excellent vintage for just about every single variety out there, but Zinfandel in particular really shined, and these old vines had that long extended growing season to really develop out and show a fantastic wine to enjoy. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. The last wine that's being featured in our Red Only Club selection is our 2012 Carolee Selection Zinfandel.
The Carolee Selection Zinfandel is coming from older vines from both Sonoma as well as Lake County. Zinfandel can be a variety that really worships the sun. In a year like 2012, where we have that long, great growing season, you see a lot of depth of character and rich fruit characteristics come out in a wine like this. This is one of our jammier Zinfandels. It has that kind of nature of strawberry jam, raspberry jam really showing up on the nose. as well as just a hint of cedar and tobacco box. And then on the palate, you have that lusciousness. It's a little bit lighter than a wine like the Attila Zinfandel with those bigger, richer tannins. This has more of that velvety, enveloping feel across your palate. Great length, just absolutely delicious. Be a fantastic wine to enjoy with many different foods, but to me this is, anything with a red sauce would taste good with this.
Definitely.
So cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, we hope you enjoy your shipment.